Greetings, my naughty little mosh pit. Welcome to a quick video that I made to go between all the actual stuff that takes more effort. So there's this guy named Bulbasquirtle who recently did a video trying to catalog all the merchandise released for Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. I looked at that and went, wow, I could probably do that with Shantae. And that's exactly what you're watching, so clearly I went through with that. Shantae is a video game series that's existed since 2002. It's literally as old as Kingdom Hearts, and that's crazy to say out loud because it wasn't until the last few years that Shantae really took off as a franchise. Mainly due to how overlooked the original game was on release for Game Boy Color, because it was a GBC game released in 2002, but after Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, the series started to gain a strong fandom, which came to a head when Half Genie Hero came out, quickly turning Shantae into one of the most popular long-running indie franchises alongside the likes of Postal. Yes, really, that's an indie game too. So of course, with popularity and a fandom of 20-somethings willing to spend money on things related to their favorite games, way forward came, well, forward, with merchandise that I hope to catalog here for everyone watching. I want to give a quick thank you to the Shantae fandom wiki for having an entire tab of merchandise that I could use as an easy catch-all source for the merch made for the series, which made this video a lot easier to make. With all of that said, seamless transition. Karagumin is a series of garage kit-styled statues produced by the company Volks, which according to their website, they've also produced several high-quality keychains for Shantae as well. Mainly of Shantae herself, both in her default as well as many of the alt costumes for Half Genie Hero, but also keychains of Roddy Tops, Risky Boots, Bolo, Sky, and Uncle Mimic. However, they are mainly known by the fandom for the Karagumin statues. They released 4 of these statues of Shantae, Roddy Tops, Risky Boots, and Sky. These statues come unpainted and you're basically expected to build and paint them yourself, which is the main appeal of stuff like this. It's worth noting that these statues were first released in 2017, so at the time, these were the only figures you could get of any character from the series. The statues can still be bought today, and their prices range from $70 to $83 depending on which characters you want to buy the model kit of. Which is what I probably should have been calling these because they're basically model kits more than they are statues. Oh! And those earlier mentioned keychains only go up to like $5 to $7, but that's probably because they're smaller and easier to produce compared to the garage model kit statue things this segment is actually dedicated to. I'll use their blood to write you a message. I know a lot of you just had a vitriolic reaction to seeing those words on your screen, but we gotta talk about the Funko Pop. Basically, in 2020, Funko announced and then released a Funko Pop based on Shantae, which again, like the Karagumins we mentioned earlier, this Funko Pop figure came out back when Shantae barely had any actual figures, and considering the big price tags on the Karagumins, a lot of fans like myself bought the Shantae Funko mainly out of desperation to own something of this character that even resembled a figure. I have to openly admit I pre-ordered the Funko Pop of Shantae for that reason. And while it's a purchase I'm not proud of, you gotta understand when it comes to Shantae, I'll buy pretty much any merch with her on it. I know damn well all of you watching have at least one character you do the same thing for. Don't fucking lie to me. I have so much love to give, I'll rip my own heart out. Fangamer is a company that mainly specializes in making merchandise for a variety of video game franchises, such as Hades, Silent Hill, Devil May Cry, Persona 5, and of course Shantae. Fangamer released quite a few things for the Shantae series, obviously stuff like t-shirts, but more interestingly, they released vinyl record releases for the OSTs from the various games in the series. I don't have a vinyl player, so I have no need for these sorts of things, but I wanted to include these because the cover art for the Shantae 1 vinyl is some of my favorite artwork ever made for the franchise. Just this really cute artwork of Shantae, Roddy, Sky, and Risky playing in a band because of music, and the record itself is colored in the same shade of red as Shantae's outfit, which is a really slick look. Fangamer also released plushies of both Shantae and Roddy Tops. Apologies to the Risky and Sky fans. I actually own the Shantae plush from Fangamer, and I can personally say that it's one of the most high-quality plushies I own. There's actually a bundle for 7 Sirens that comes with this plushie sold at Best Buy. It's called the New Game Plush Bundle for anyone who wanted to look it up. You're my senpai, yeah, senpai, notice me. On June 25th, 2023, the world finally blessed us with a miracle as Good Smile Company released an Nendoroid of Shantae for everyone to buy and enjoy. Like the Funko Pop, I did pre-order the Nendoroid, but unlike the Funko Pop, I have no regrets buying this thing. It comes with a ton of parts for posing, and it's just another example of how amazingly high quality Nendoroids tend to be. I actually remember in like 2021 or some shit, Good Smile posted a survey on Twitter asking people for what characters they'd like to see Nendoroids of. I entered Shantae as my choice with the hopes they'd make one, and the stars must have aligned or something because it actually happened, and now I get to bask in the beauty of the Shantae Android that sits beautifully on my shelf in my room across from my desk.
I resorted to violence.
I have to talk about Limited Run, don't I? Ugh, fine. Limited Run Games is a company that I fucking hate who unfortunately seem to be best friends with Way Forward, so the rest of us have to suffer because of it. You know, if I was a lesser person, I'd sideline this entire section to complain about how LRG gets used by massive companies like Disney or Microsoft to produce physical copies of their smaller budget titles despite being well within their abilities to just do a standard physical release. But I could probably also complain about LRG being yet another company who has taken something that was once commonplace and turned it into something aimed only at adult collectors rather than the common consumer. But I have a video about Genie Girl merch to finish up, and none of you want to hear me bitch this whole segment, so let's get on with this fucking thing, I guess. First things first, Limited Run has done both standard and collector's edition releases for every game in the Shantae franchise. The standard editions are usually just a copy of the game, while the collector's boxes usually have a bunch of extra stuff packaged in, like CDs of the soundtrack, a poster of some kind, maybe a standee, keychains, neat stuff like that for hardcore Shantae heads like myself. I actually have one of these posters hanging on my wall right by my desk, so I'm gonna show that on screen so I can flex on the host. Limited Run also released this 135 statue of Shantae that you could put all the standees around and they'd light up, but I've never seen this thing in any actual photos outside of the promo ones from the website, so I'm curious if anyone actually owns it or if it's a myth like the Loch Ness Monster or North Dakota or the Has Been Hotel Playbills. So anyway, that's a video discussing what I hope is most of the Shantae merch out there. I am about 99% sure I missed stuff due to my research literally just being a page on the Shantae wiki and me googling any of these companies for possible products said wiki page left out. So if you're aware of any Shantae merch from past or present that I missed out on in this video, leave it in the comments and tell me about how my video is totally inaccurate because I forgot to mention the Shantae skateboard decks or something. I promise I have actual videos like funny animations and dumb countdowns and stuff planned. I just don't really prioritize YouTube when compared to my art and streaming, so that's why my upload output is incredibly inconsistent. Shantae's pretty cool. You also like play the games or something.